Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Chapter 6. Biotic and Abiotic World. Knowledge acquisition. Entire world is made up of biotic and abiotic components. Biotic components are the living components and abiotic are the non-living ones. Biotic components include plants, animals and microorganisms, and abiotic components from biology point of view include light, water, temperature, atmospheric gases and soil. Discussion. Jack. Susie, do you know if soil is living or non-living? Susie. Yes, I do. Jack. How come I don't? Susie. Because I have read biotic and abiotic components. Jack. I also want to study. I am going. Biotic world. Biotic components include plants, animals, and microbes. The entire biotic world on the basis of their food source can be divided into the following categories. 1. Producers. They are also called autotrophs. They are capable of producing their own food by utilizing sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Producers basically include plants. The process by which producers make their food is called photosynthesis. 2. Consumers. They are also called heterotrophs. They depend on producers for their nutritional requirement. These include all animals including human. 3. Decomposers. They are also called detrivers. They feed on dead and decaying matter. They include microorganisms. Characteristic features of living things. 1. They are made up of cells. All living organisms are made up of cells. Cell is the structural and functional unit of a living body. Organisms having only one cell are called unicellular, for example amoeba, and those having large number of cells are called multicellular, for example humans beings, animals and onion, etc. 2. They reproduce. Reproduction is the ability of an organism to produce its own kind. For example, cat can reproduce to give birth to a kitten. 3. They show growth. All living organisms show growth. Increase in height is the visual indicator of growth. Plants grow throughout their life whereas animals stop growing after a particular age. Critical thinking. Plants show phototropism, that is, they can bend their body part towards the source of light. 4. They have definite lifespan. All living organisms have definite lifespan. For example, in the case of dog, lifespan is 12 to 15 years, whereas in the case of tortoise it is more than 100 years. 5. They show movement. Living organisms show movement. In case of animals, the movement is from one place to another, whereas in case of plants, the movement is of their body parts. The movement of any part of plant body in response to stimulus is called tropic movement, tropion. When the movement is not in direction of stimulus, it is called mastic movement, as in the case of touch-me-not plant. Tropism can be response to gravity or sunlight called geotropism and phototropism, respectively. 6. They show respiration. Respiration is the transport of oxygen from outside to the body and transport of carbon dioxide from the body to outside. All living organisms need oxygen to sustain life, so they respire. 7. They show excretion. The process of discharging waste matter from the body is called excretion. All living beings discharge the waste out from their body by excretion. Critical thinking. Global warming is the phenomenon of increase in temperature of Earth due to increasing concentration of carbon dioxide. Greenhouse effect. Abiotic components. 1. Water. Water is required for subsistence of life. 3 by 4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. Water is required for agricultural activities, household work, industrial activities, as well as for recreation. 2. Air. Air is the gaseous state of matter. Moving air is called wind. When air moves at a slow speed, it is called breeze. The Earth is surrounded by a blanket of air called atmosphere. Gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide are essential for plant life. 3. Light. The ultimate source of light energy is sun. Light is a very essential component for both plants and animals. Plants like portulaca, doobkhiri, require sunlight for blossoming of flowers. 4. Soil. Soil is essential for crop cultivation. It is made up of the following components. 1. Soil particles. These particles include stone, sand, silt and clay. 2. Organic matter. It is formed by dead and decay of living organisms. It provides fertility to the soil. It is also called humus. 3. Soil air. Soil pores, the voids between minerals, organic matter, and living organisms are filled with air or water. They are required by many of the microorganisms living in the soil to respire and thus release plant nutrients into the soil. 4. Soil organisms. These are creatures that spend all or part of their lives in soil. These organisms perform 3 major functions. These are: A. Decomposing organic residue. B. Recycling of nutrients from organic residue. C. Enriching the soil by providing the plant nutrients to the soil. Most common and important soil organism is earthworm. Other examples are bacteria, yeasts, amoeba, etc. 5. Temperature. Temperature is the measure of the degree of hotness and coldness. It is measured by a thermometer. Some animals and plants are native of cold climate like polar bears and pine trees, whereas others are native of hot climates like tigers and open shear. Continuous review. Biotic world comprises of plants, animals, and microbes. Abiotic world takes into account air, water, temperature, soil, and light. Soil organisms such as earthworms are important for fertility of soil.
Like, share, and subscribe.